Otherwise, what is your CC? You're waiting for a Fear Tether to proc the Plasma so that Kaisa can go into the back line? It just wouldn't make sense. So it's going to be very interesting. Two teams playing two very different styles.
Stacked here onto Rest. Doesn't have another Blade Surge to work with, but Rest forced back once again. Yorick does have a few innate tools for sustain. Last right giving you a bit of health back as Jojo taken out. Thought he could escape with the flash, but the threefold Hex just follows him.
Jojo just admitting the mistake, but MKOI looking for a dive here. Rest in trouble.
Yeah, slammed into the wall. There's the flawless duet to follow up, and Elioya on the board. MKOI get there first. Mirwin gets a plate. We'll get him to safety. Goes invisible. Doesn't have to burn the flash, which I think is really what MKOI were looking for there, just trying to even out that summoner spell disadvantage. Honku flashes in though, and Jojo's dead again! That's not optimal, but Honku is absolutely slapping. Elioya comes in, will put the hammer down and get a kill in response, but Honku in the 1v1 is just destroying Jojo. Tether is enough to keep Super safe. He was actually positioning up because that plate was about to fall on the top side, so he wanted to get the gold from it. Elioya now coming down towards the bottom side. Rest does have his flash available, puts down the cage, but I don't think Rest is able to escape from this. Meanwhile, on the top side, Alvaro and Jojo Pyun are still fighting. Jojo Pyun down to a 3rd HP as Rest falls on the bottom side. Able to escape. Kaiwin and Honku coming up on top in the mid lane.
Pumping out the damage, positioning well. He is just such a talent, and really is so fun to actually watch him. And Emily was just telling me about an interview that he had given where he was saying this MSI is so important to him because it felt like it was the first time that he had earned it himself, you know, actually getting there himself. Of course, he had subbed in before in the past on loan for another team, but this is, you know, him earning his trip here and really wants to perform well to show that, hey, you know, I deserve to be here amongst the best in the world.
I think there's a lot of people as well who have only watched him in the LPL as the paranoia goes down onto Mirwin, who has no flash and no escape from this. Rest gets the shutdown.
Side as we saw that Rest went back to base, you know, wanted to heal back up, get a buy. And Mirwin, as a result, was able to continue farming plates on that tower. And MKOI now are first onto this dragon. Gen just on the side, though, and Honku's moving over as well, so it could be a potential for a fight.
It might just be a fight afterwards. There's the paranoia coming out. Smite goes in from Elioya. Seismic shove shielded by Ginger. Doggo and Kaiwing things off. First item complete as well for Super and for Jojo Pyun. It's the Archangels and the Yuntal Wind Arrows. First items across the board actually for both teams as MKOI set up around the Rift Herald. Kaiwing looking for that flank position. Prey Seeker's going to come out as Doggo tries to connect, but the Rift Herald is secured by MKOI, and alongside it, those upgraded boots.
Yeah, and Genja had no ultimate, so you're pretty much never going to look for a fight, you know, in that position. Nocturne without ult in a team fight is just so useless, and Rest just going to tank up this damage and knock down the tower. It is incredibly low, so we'll be able to finish that off. Nicely done by him. Both of them, honestly, you know, Honku just drops the ult, clears out the wave, runs away from the dive, so they have to walk through the tower. And that buys his support time to get there. They're looking for a dive on bot side.
Paranoia onto Mirwin. The Fear Tether's going to connect as well as Rest flashing forward, but they can't quite kill him. Doggo comes in with a killer instinct and will take out Mirwin. Meanwhile, there's a dive onto Honku. The tower's not going to stand for much longer. Mirwin gets the kill. Super down towards this bottom side has got one in response. Doggo's already dead as alongside Rest. So Jojo dies at bot. Mirwin gets a kill at top. Super picks up 2 in the end on the bot lane.
Yeah, that is really big. Super going to be able to grab a couple kills, and they're going to drop the Herald mid here now. So you're going to be able to charge this one in. Maybe finish this off as well. It's just the support in the area, so should be able to finish it off. More gold going the way of MKOI. Over 3,000 gold ahead. Going to be able to get a second charge in also. And Kaiwing's getting low. He's got to be careful.
Yeah, pops the heal.
I feel like a Bloodthirster popping up
Start in the game. It's a free Bloodthirster. It's the only way I think I'd be able to beat most of the players here. Between worlds from Honku, he's going to look to try and dash away, but can't get to the edge of the ring. Alvaro still chasing. Elioya looking for the keeper's verdict, doesn't connect. Honku jumps back with the weirding, but in the end will fall to Super, who's now 3-0 with a 1.4k gold lead.
And nicely done, CFO, though, in the area, thinking about looking for an engage.
Paranoia. Ginger goes in onto Super, who doesn't have the Feather Storm. The tower will fall. The dash-in is stopped by the Steadfast Presence, but the Charm's still going to connect. The shutdown with the Grand Entrance. Alvaro now on the front line as Doggo begins to open up. Elioya doing what he can. Jojo coming in from the side as well. Ginger's going to fall. MKOI turn it around and get 2 kills in response.
Nicely done. Are able to knock down that tower there, too. And Mirwin now pushing through mid lane here. He's got his second item, and Rest is going to have to be careful, but Kaiwing is in the area.
Yeah, Weaver's wall, though. Mirwin just has to survive for a couple of seconds. Kaiwing dashes away, but the chase comes in from Mirwin. Kaiwing will fall, TP in from Honku. He's lost his support though, alongside his top laner. This game 3 of the best of 5. The domination that CFO had in the first 2 games. A not too distant memory, and we've seen MKOI take a few fights in Game 1 and Game 2 that have swung things in CFO's favor. So it's not all done yet, but they are in prime position to close this one out and take us at least to a Game 4. Paranoia coming out. So we see Mirwin trying to dash forward. Flawless duet doesn't land the stun. TP coming out from Alvaro to try and protect. It's going to be a 4v2, but Mirwin looking to take down 2 before they get in the quickness in time. Ginger will die to the tower shot as Alvaro tries to retreat. He remounts, was looking for Honkyu but couldn't find him. And there's the knockup with the grand entrance. Kaiwing tanking it well. Alvaro down to Doggo. Meanwhile, on the bot side, Elioya, Jojo, and Super are pushing in. Rest doesn't have the flash, but the stun doesn't connect against the wall. The keeper's verdict, though, will keep him in place. And Super brings back the daggers to get the kill.
Good proactive play on the top side there from CFO, but it just doesn't really matter because MKOI, again, getting a play back on the bot side, getting a kill back on the top side, taking down the tier 2 as well.
An extra safety blanket that MKOI needed to make sure that they can secure it. They'll get the Artican,
which makes getting vision a lot more difficult. That's why Alvaro is going so deep for that vision. You need wards in your opponent's jungle, not even just your own, but they're going to go for an age.
Paranoia coming out. The Weaver's Wall has been popped. Super trying to join the party here as Elioya's on the front line between worlds. Doesn't matter. MKOI just assassinate too. Honkyu looking to survive, but he's locked up against the wall. Jojo hits him with a threaded volley, and Super brings back the feathers to secure the double. Alvaro looking for the flank onto Doggo, who has the killer instinct and will be able to dash his way away. 15 seconds time would be sole point for MKOI. Elioya going in here, trying to steal away this blue. The Weaver's Wall will separate CFO. Paranoia coming out from Ginger, but he's on the wrong side of dodge, and he'll be taken out, slammed into that Weaver's Wall. Jojo secures the kill, and now with the jungler down, Baron becomes a little bit of an option.
Being reactive, right? It's MKOI now that are on the front foot. It's them that are playing much more aggressive with this gold lead, as you want to see them do, and they're working in towards this soul now.
Already used. We'll be back up in about 7 seconds time. TP coming out from Rest as he looks to join the frame. Irwin's in the mid lane. CFO trying to get in, but it's secured by Elioya. Alvaro dashes onto the back line. Kaiwing already down, and I think that will be all for the fight. MKOI managed to secure the objective. The Weaver's Wall coming out, though. Elioya has other ideas as he dashes in onto Honkyu. Magnetstorm on Honkyu means that he can't escape between worlds. Jojo still looking for more. Junja lands the Fear Tether onto Alvaro, but the stun still connects, and the Shroud of Darkness won't be enough to save him from Elioya. MKOI now looking greedily at getting a game in this series.
And I think they're going to do just that. It doesn't look like there's much that CFO can do about it. It's just Doggo going to try to defend here with Rest, but MKOI are pushing, and they are looking for the first win.
Kaiwing goes in, gets the double knockup. The Blades are called back. Super, though, will kill off Kaiwing. Vanguard's edge in from Mirwin. Doggo having to flash away. He'll get 2 on the fountain. Jojo, Super, and Alvaro, though, should still be able to clean this one up. Super flashing forward, and with the Blade caller, he'll find his opposite man. MKOI show there's still life in EU yet as they get a game versus CFO.
These were some of the best highlights from today's matchup. Which moment was your favorite? Let me know in the comment section below. This is OP, and I'll see you tomorrow. Take care.